Hello, welcome. As you can see, I'm in CAS right now with good old Vladdy Daddy, or Vladislav Strahd, and I am going to be making him into a real daddy. I'm gonna make him hot. Like, I love his features. Don't get me wrong, I love a man with some nice exaggerated features, but to the extreme. Like, what's going on here? Did he get hit by a fucking bus? So I'm going to be taking the essence of his features, just toned down a little bit. Make him a little bit more reasonable. And I love a twink as much as the next man, but come on, man. This isn't even a twink anymore. This is a fucking toothpick. And I wouldn't mean that with all the love in my heart, because I'm a toothpick too. Like, I get it, I understand, but I just want to get some meat on his bones. Alright, I'm gonna jump in. First thing I'm gonna tackle is his facial features. I don't know, he's just so fucking concave. So I'm just gonna, whoop, there we go. So much better already. The eyes also present an issue. Those people are so small. Let's just make them a little bit bigger so my man can see. Oh, so much better already. I'm also going to adjust his overall eye shape just to make it a little less, I don't even know how to describe this. I bet there's a fish out there that kind of looks like this, though. I'm not gonna look for one, but just know, I imagine that a fish has eyes like this somewhere out in the world. We get that same aristocratic bored look with this eye, but it's less intense, less, oh my god, what's happening to you? Are you alright? Are you on drugs? What happened? This is just a little bit better. I'm also going to adjust the eyebrow shape now because the spacing between there is like 4 fucking inches. I'm sorry. That's a whole forehead you have between the top of your eyelid and your eyebrow there. So yeah, I'm going to try to keep that angry look just a little more realistic. There. Just by lifting it up and dragging the other end down, we've made this a lot less severe, but we still get that same vibe. I'm going to keep this really pronounced Neanderthal brow. It's something I normally do with my Sims. I might just see if I can take the eyes and bring them a little bit more forward. It's not as sunken in. There we go. I like that. Next that I'm going to tackle, I'm going to take the facial hair off for this, just so I can see what I'm working with better. So the next thing I'm tackling is the mouth, because Buddy needs help. Still gonna keep it frowny, but, just a little bit more. And let's just plump up the top, minimize the bottom for a bit more of a realistic shape. And also, we gotta drag this jaw in. It's sticking out a little bit too much. And then, oh, I did not know I could adjust that from this angle. Interesting. You learn something new every day. And I'm gonna drag this out so it kind of matches the pout of the bottom. There we go. So much better. This already looks fine, but I am going to do a little bit more work with the nose. Just going to tone it down a little bit so that it keeps his vibe, but so that it gets into a more realistic Alan Rickman type nose instead of Book Snape. And again, I mean that with peace and love. I taught myself how to do real world drawing, physical drawing, by drawing Snape's exaggerated features. But for the sake of making him hot, I'm going to tone it down a little bit. It's a little bit thin, so I'm just going to broaden it out in a few areas. And then this part really dips down, very exaggerated. So tone it in while keeping the essence. See? It's very nice. And also, I think it sits very high on his face in comparison with his lips. So I'm going to drag it down and drag the lips up. Minimize that gap because it feels so unrealistic. I might also do that by just scrunching up the face like that. A little bit higher, a little bit lower. And then I think I can go with that. And we can go back to messing around with the nose now. See? Yeah, I'm going to keep it broad like that. And then I think I want to lower that a little bit. And then widen out the nostrils. Just so it fits a bit more proportionally. There we go. That's nice. So now I'm going to look into what I can do with this bridge here. I can kind of take that out to meet with the Neanderthal brow, but I don't know. I think I'm going to raise the arch. And then drag that in. And there we go. I think that's a bit more of an elegant way to do this nose. And just really brings out the daddy in him. There we go. It's nice. And honestly, I think I might have left this frown a little too severe, so I'll lift it up just a little bit more. And then I think make the lips a little bit wider on the face. Yeah, there we go. Fits proportionally very nicely. And then with the chin, I am going to take it in a little bit. Just a little nip and tuck. Keep it nice and strong, but, rein it in. It's going to take somebody's eye out at this rate. Then I'm going to make it thinner so it keeps that very nice point. And then I don't know if I can make his cheekbones any more severe than they already are. I can, and I did. So that's nice. And there we go. We've already kind of made Vlad a lot more hot. And then let's see, what skin details do you have on? I'm going to take away his wrinkles. Well, I might leave the forehead ones. Those can be snazzy if I do them right. Or I take away the forehead and give the eye wrinkles. Just the eye wrinkles. I think that's a happy medium. And then I take away that because it's not helping him. Yeah, I think the eye wrinkles suffice enough to give him the distinguished old look without making him look frumpy. And there we go. Vladdy Daddy. So much hotter. And then I'm going to choose a new hair, and I think even a hair color. Like this one, I think. Is this the right one that I was looking at? Or would it be? I'll look around and I'll mess with the hair and the hair color. We're going to keep his short hair because I think that suits him quite well. But maybe something a bit more like this. Still elegant and slicked back, but with a little bit of edge. Imagine you could run your fingers through it. Shockingly, Luxury Party has a hair that I really like, and that's this one. It's slicked back, but it has enough texture and detail that it adds something to him. A little bit of a relaxedness that you can imagine just snuggling up next to him, you know? Really cute, really hot, love it. And then I'm going to play around with the color. Like, I think he looks better with a bit more of a white than this straight up dull ass gray. I just think this looks better on him. So I'm going to find some nice eyebrows. I do quite like a lot of these new eyebrows they added, which isn't even that new anymore, but I do like them. So I'm going to play around. Now the skin color does present a few issues because it's just so blending in with the hair color that I might darken it just a tad. You know, he hasn't seen the sun in years, but like, come on, you gotta give him a little something. He's still getting like the vitamin D from other people's blood. Okay, so he's down here in the miscellaneous section. So I'm gonna see if I go this way, it makes him even paler, which I don't think I want to do. But if I go the other way, it gives him a little bit more color. And I'm thinking just a little tad, and that differentiates it enough from the hair to make him look good, but it's still obviously Vlad. I like this. Yeah, we're gonna go with it. Looks nice. And I wonder if there's even a lighter gray I could go with for the eyes. There is. I think this just looks so much more chilling, but also inviting than what he was before. I think it's perfect. I really do think I've managed to keep the essence of his features, well, you know, just bringing him into a better light. He was rough before, but he was rough. But I do kind of want to give him some facial hair back. Or we could do the Tony Stark special. I don't think the Tony Stark special looks very good on him. Little evil handlebar mustache. They really need to fix this. It just doesn't look good. Oh, that is so weird. You can see through a little gap in a hole right there. Yeah, they need to fix this mustache. It is so bad. Like, it's so fun, and I would love to use it, but I physically can't because it looks so bad on every single sim. Ooh, that's fun. I really do want to give him some facial hair back, but I'm just not feeling the mustache on this man. So I think I'm going to go with the one without. So it's still very reminiscent of what he had, just a little improved. The clean upper lip looks so much better on him, makes the nose stand out more. And I gave him a very nice, distinguished nose, without completely losing his essence. And I might even add some makeup on this man. Sue me. I like it. It's kind of like downloading CC and getting skin details when I use makeup on my Sims sometimes, and it's just something I like doing. Gotta get the masculine tag off because I love using this on every single Sim. I think it just adds so much more texture to their faces. The lips I might keep, unless there's something good with the life and death ones to add a little bit of texture or shading to the lips. I don't think so because of the unique shade he has. Yeah, I just don't think it'll work. Even at the lightest opacity, it's still a little, out there. I think it's kind of neat looking, though, on him, so I might do it anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. Screw it. And I'm going to apply all the makeup to all of the outfits, because I'm using this more like skin details than makeup. Now the eyeliner. Can I do anything with this? Oh my god, that is extreme. Yeah, I've got to turn off the masculine tag for this one. Maybe that should be another video I do where I make Vlad into like an e-boy. That could be fun. But no, not going with the eyeliner this time. The blush, though, I might be able to make work. Well, look at him, he looks so cute. I definitely want to do making Vlad an e-boy. That's gonna be so fun. But that right there, I think, adds just enough color to his face to be normal, but still look good and still look like him. I think that's enough for his face, and then I'm going to move on to his body. Let's give some meat on you, my boy. You deserve to have some strength. We're just gonna add that. And then just a little bit of fat, you know. Americans these days are really fat, so I bet if you drink any of our blood, yeah, you'd get some meat on you. The amount of burgers that are in our blood, you'd get something. So there we go. He's not a toothpick, he's a twink now. I'm gonna go in, and fingernails. Yeah, I'm giving him nail polish. Just a flat black, I think it'll work nicely. And it's gonna go on every outfit. Rings, definitely gonna need some rings. I just have this simple base game one on this finger. It's got some weird design on it, but it doesn't matter. We're not gonna see it that closely. And then on the other finger, just one from the Crystal Creations kit. It looks nice. It works. Applying it to every outfit, I'll just take it off the ones that I don't think it fits on. There it is. Now I'm gonna go into bracelets and find him a watch, because you can't convince me this man does not have a nice fancy watch on his wrist. Now I can't do away with the iconic Vlad outfit, so it's gonna stay, but I can change his boots to something I like a little bit more. Yeah, I like these boots a lot more. Now I'm gonna go into and make him a second everyday outfit that makes him look a little bit more like a daddy. I think I'm probably gonna choose something from the vest section, because it'll still be buttoned up, but it'll show a little bit more. You know? You feel me? Yeah, you do. Crystal Creations is going to come in clutch with something exactly like what I'm envisioning. I love it. Now I need to get some bottoms on him. Probably just going to use a simple black pair. Doesn't really matter. This isn't that interesting. I think the Life and Death ones, I might end up using those again, because those are just my favorite pants of all time. Like, I'm sorry, but these were just made so perfectly. Like, they're gorgeous. I love them. But I am going to go with a lighter gray instead of black for once. So we've got classic Vlad, and then we've got Vlad when he's picking up the chicks, you know? The formal wear, honestly, iconic. The colors, I might just change the colors a little bit. It's iconic as hell. Boots, just gonna change the boots a little bit now. Perfect. I mean, why mess with perfection? I'm not going to. And then, time for athletic. Like, this is iconic. I am gonna give Vlad a real athletic outfit. I could just go with Life and Death and call it a day. I don't know if I'll do that. I might, but I'm gonna look at what I have. Honestly, I think this is the most Vlad-like of what we have. So I am gonna keep it. I'm keeping the shoes, just gonna change them to black, and then the socks, I'm also gonna change those. Skin effects. What is this? Oh my god! What? Oh my god! Look at him, he looks like a plastic doll. You're not that type of daddy, Vlad. You're not like those Hollywood, California dudes. They're just injected with fucking plastic. Oh my god. This would be fun to play with, but just not for Vlad. That must have been part of that big base game update recently, but I just haven't been in CAS with it. It's in accessories. It's just, oh my god. I think it's really fun, but just no. Not right now. Not for Vlad. I do kind of want to make a sim with it, though. It could be fun. I was not expecting that. Onward we go to sleepwear, though. Again, not gonna mess with perfection, because this is just perfect. Only thing I need to do is get rid of the accessories I added. I wouldn't want to sleep with them. I doubt Vlad does either. Yeah, I'm not messing with this masterpiece. I'm just gonna give another outfit for variety's sake. The Life and Death robe gives it a similar vibe while being a bit more, I don't know, hot, I guess. Then I'm just gonna use these simple slippers to go along with the more serious tone we have for these outfits. We've got perfection, and then my attempt at mimicking perfection. On to party wear now. Again, perfection. I'm not gonna mess with it, except to just change the boots. And then I'll attempt to give my own rendition. I think this season's suit just really, makes his snatched waist stand out. I love it. And I think the blue on the shirt really just makes the blue tone in his lips stand out, and also the blue in the gray of his eyes. Just beautiful. It's nice. I'd go for this man. And I'm leaving the top hat. I think it's nice. I like it. I think it's sexy. Okay, maybe this doesn't mean much coming from a lesbian, but I think this is a sexy man right here. His swimwear, again, perfection. Why mess with it? but I will. Huh. This Speedo actually kind of gives a bit of an outline of the package there. Good for you, Sims. Anyway. Oh, wow. You are standing very still. Thank you, my guy. I'm gonna see if I can find a Vlad-esque swim set that's better than what he already has. Wait, no, actually, scratch that. There can't be anything better than what he already has. Perfection, as I said. See if I can find something that comes close. I think I want to keep him covered up like he is in a lot of his other outfits, so I'm going to use this swim top from Island Living. For bottoms, I decided to go with one of the shorter pairs of trunks because man loves to show off his thighs as we've seen in his other swimwear, but I think this still fits Vlad. On to hot weather. Now, because he came out before the Seasons Pack did, he doesn't actually have one, so I can kind of do whatever I want. Just be imaginative. Though I do think it would be really iconic of me to just keep doing this. Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna do that. There we go. And then the boots, gotta do my all-time favorite boots. Get out of here, hot weather. Boom. And then, just to add a silly aspect like the Sims team did with some of Vlad's outfits, I'm going to add a sun hat. And it's gotta be like one of those big floppy ones that old widows wear. There it is. There's the floppy sun hat. God, perfection. All jokes aside, I am going to try and give him a second outfit that looks more normal and fits the new Vlad I've made. I think I have to keep the vest or button-up vibe still going because it's still Vlad. So I'm going to see what I can find in the button-up section. You have no idea how tempted I am, but no. This one from Island Living, though, this one I can make work. Now, it's not so far out of Vlad territory that it's unreasonable to change him into this. For the bottoms, I'm probably going to do full-length pants. I know it's hot weather, but this is Vlad, and there's only so far you can stretch him. I've decided on these ones from Dream Home Decorator because they're different while still fitting the vibe. And for the boots, I'm just going to choose something that meets up with the edgeline of the pants. Life and Death. Can never go wrong. It's got the perfect boots for this outfit. And just perfect for my new and improved Vlad. Well, improved is debatable. Depends on your taste. Now I'm going to make a winter outfit that matches his original theme, so I need to find a silly winter hat to go with it. There. A beanie with an absurd bauble on top. It's perfect. And now I'll do an outfit that matches with the new Vlad that I have created. Hear me out, but I'm kind of feeling the bowler hat. I don't know. I feel like they're just kind of iconic for rich old men in the olden days. And then I'm thinking I keep the trench coat, but modernize it. And there. The one from Life and Death I think is just perfect. It matches everything very nicely. Yeah, I think I've kept faithful to his original concept, just modernized him, made him more approachable, more likely to go out there and get chicks to bring into his vampire harem or whatever he does. Yeah, I really enjoy what I've done. You know, he's not so far off base that he's not Vlad anymore, but I think he's a lot more realistic looking. I love him. I love this new Vlad I've made. He will be up on my gallery at Shadowside. If you want to download him for your game, I might be making a save file where I replace everything and add new things, and I feel like he would be a very good fit for any new save file I might make. Yeah. I had a lot of fun. I hope you had fun watching me make Vladdy Daddy an actual hot daddy. And, like, comment, subscribe if you want to see me do anything like this again. I really want to. This was fun. I really want to give my concept of making Vlad an e-girl a shot, or an e-boy, whatever you want to call it. I think that'd be really fun. Also considering doing a CC shopping video and adding a little bit of CC in my game to spice up my CAS a little bit, so let me know if you want me to do that. Anyway, it's been fun. I'll see you next time. Like, comment, subscribe. It gives me so much motivation to continue on in life and do this cursed stuff that I love doing. Honestly, I think Vlad is less cursed now, but anyway, see you again next time.